So is there any other like updates or features that you're kind of close to releasing with Wealth that you could tell us about? Obviously, obviously, if it's a secret, then don't. And ideally, where do you see Wealth in like 5 years?
Yeah, great questions. Um, we're really transparent at Wealth, probably to a fault, because what normally happens is, there's a lot of copycats out there. I was just at a conference in Abu Dhabi, and I saw at least three people who were copying exactly what we're doing, and not even like with a little bit of like nuance, or trying to be discreet about it. They actually copy the text that we use on our website and like all that sort of stuff. But I don't care. I think it's a form of flattery, and it just gives us validation. I think that we're doing the right things. We're super confident in who we are as founders and technologists, and our roadmap as well. So that we don't believe that competition is going to be competition for much longer. Um, we are about to release the native mobile apps, which I think is a game changer, especially if you're going to get a lot of new users on board. That is where new users, like to, what's the word, engage and participate. It's through their mobile native apps, right, from App Store, iOS, Android. And it's also a way for them to do due diligence, right? Because if it's in there, then it's probably, or at least in theory, it's past certain levels of, scrutiny. And yeah, app stores have said, yes, this is fine, this is good, go ahead. So that's important for us to get that kind of like validation and verification from a native mobile app. But also the user experience will be really, really good, really, really slick. Like the web app right now, there's maybe quite a lot of options that you can explore. On the mobile app, it's going to be, crystal clear. It's going to have a list of companies. If you want to be involved in that company, you push on it. You can read a little bit more, or you can invest directly, like a couple of clicks from download to investment. And I think that's the gold standard, like we talked about before. It's a game of clicks. So that's the big milestone that we're looking towards. We just yesterday announced that we are part of the base app. And for those outside of crypto, that might not mean a lot. But for those inside crypto, the base app is the super app that the base Coinbase team have released. And essentially, Wealth is a mini app inside their app. So if a user is on the base app and they've got 500 USDC in there, they can click on our app and go and buy pre-IPO through our app just using the base app. So that's really, really cool. And Base is, of course, huge ecosystem. And Coinbase is their, grandfather organization, and they have, well, they're a publicly listed company, and they have huge amounts of reach and distribution potential. So, there's a lot of cool stuff happening with our sort of Base ecosystem. But if you're outside of Web3, then maybe it doesn't mean too much, to the general person. And in terms of our roadmap, I don't want to give exactly, our target destination, because I think that would be probably a little bit risky at this stage. But what I can say is AI is a huge part of that. We've got a firm thesis on where financial technology is headed, and it doesn't stop at pre-IPO access for sure. That's just one type of asset which is fitting under our thesis of one of the best ways and tried and tested ways, as we discussed, to build wealth is compounding value over time and investing in the right companies at the right time. And that is what we're trying to do with the pre-IPO access. But there's also other things, right? A lot of people make money in DeFi strategies, compounding strategies, yield strategies. There's a lot of really interesting ways to take money and to make it compound over time. We're leaning into those. We're exploring those. We've got quite a few under development. And then, as a user, I think it's going to be incredibly important that you're not exposed to all this without having someone hold your hand. And in the future, that person holding your hand is going to be a digital person. But the value of that is huge, right? Because if you're able to program that guidance to be set to your tastes and your preferences, your risk. Everyone talks about it. What is your risk appetite? And if your AI agent is already pre-programmed with all of those kind of characteristics of you as a person, then in theory, the decisions that are going to be made after that are going to be much more tailored to who you are and your personal goals and what hopefully where you want to be in 5-10 years. So that's a big part of it, and it fits like squarely into the wealth ideology, which is basically using technology to allow people to access wealth creation in the best possible way.